I remember when we moved here, I was just getting started in my broadcasting career. My wife was just getting started doing some work, and we live in the North County up in Vista, and a friend of ours we got to know was a property developer. He built spec homes, and he said, hey, I'm going to show you guys a house that I just built. It's really nice. You might be interested in it, because we were just getting the family started. So he took us this hill in Vista, went up this hill, and on the very top of this hill, nothing was ever going to be built around it to block the view at all, was this beautiful home. You could see from that hill in Vista the Pacific Ocean. You could see Palomar Mountain. You could see everything. It was just a spectacular, beautiful home on a great location. And so we went home and we stewed over it for a couple of days, and we finally called them back and said, we looked at it, we crunched the numbers, and there's just no way in God's green earth that we can afford to pay $29,000 for a house. So that's true. I'm not making that up. That's what houses were going for 40 years ago, okay? So the same thing's happening. We've gone through a terrible, terrible situation in here. I did not foresee, and I doubt any of us did, the depth of the correction that we have seen in housing prices. Lawrence Yoon is the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. He was in town last year and I interviewed him. And this is probably, whatever room he goes into, he's probably the smartest guy in the room, okay? And he said to me, I didn't see it coming. And I'm going, holy mackerel. This is the guy that is the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, and he didn't see it coming? He said, yeah, I had made the assumption that all of the checks and balances that had been in place for years and years and years were still there. And that the things that collapsed on us should not have happened, but they did because of the way Congress and others changed the rules. So that's what led to this dramatic drop in prices. I think by every measure, in my opinion anyway, massively overdone, okay? So where do we find ourselves now, okay? I always refer to San Diego County as that place that's a little bit south of Southern California. Okay? And if you think about the way we sit, we've got the ocean on the west, we've got the international border on the south, we've got the desert on the east, and to the north we have this beautiful 17-mile expanse called Camp Pendleton. Okay? It separates us from all the crazies up in Orange County, okay? No, seriously, there are thousands of Marines up there protecting us from Orange County. I don't know if you know that or not, okay? It's true. It's absolutely true, okay? And we don't thank them enough for that, okay? But the problem is when you live on an island like we live on down here, you got a problem because the population of the island continues to grow, but there's no more space. We basically have already run out of space here in San Diego County. I mentioned I live in Vista. I was talking to the mayor last year. He said, you know, if somebody came to City Hall and said, I want to build a 25 housing development, 25,000 unit housing development, they'd say, well, I'm sorry, we can't help you out. We don't have any space. There's nowhere in this city where there's enough contiguous land for you to do that, okay? It's a big, sorry, you can build a couple houses here, a couple houses there, but we don't have any place where you can develop. And I started checking around, and it's pretty much that way in every town here in San Diego. We're done growing out. All we can do now is grow up. High-density developments is what real estate is going to be like. We're not building any new homes in this county at all. Last 2 years, we've averaged about 3,000 building permits a year. We need to build 8,000 to 12,000 new homes a year just to keep up with population growth. We're chewing through the inventory of homes that we have right now. And it's not far down the road, much closer than you would think, that we are going to have to address a real situation. We've run out of houses. What's the first thing you learn in Economics 101? Supply, demand. Supply, demand, okay? If you have a limited supply of a product and there is great demand for that product, what happens to the price? It can only go up. God, I hope that's what happens. No, seriously, I believe that we are going to see a really dramatic turn in real estate. I can't say when. I know it won't be more than sometime in 2013 at the latest, we will see prices really start to move again. And that's just not my opinion. I talk to an awful lot of people who know a great deal more about housing than I do, and they're almost unanimous in their agreement on that we will see prices start to move back up again. Take a look at where we are right now, folks. Lowest mortgage interest rates of all time. all-time mortgage interest rates. Home affordability, home prices, as low as we've seen since 2006. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to put that all together. Owning a home right now is a great, great thing to do, great opportunity.